guys, this is Eunice, and welcome to Thursday Short Herbal Medicine and Short Herbal Knowledge. Today we're going to be talking about one of the herbs that I do like, have used, my husband also has used, and so far, and even my daughter has used, and that's going to be mullein. Mullein is one of those great herbs, easy to take, and has so many health benefits, and so far. So you're just going to love it. Now, I don't know if you can actually grow mullein yourself or not, and so forth, because I do know some of the most common plants, and so far, herbal plants you can grow yourself, but some you can't. And I'm not sure about mullein, and so far. And I have my little notes here and so forth. And one of the main things, because I've been selling mullein for a very, very, very long time, and again using it, in my own family, it has been used. One of the main things that mullein is used for is for respiratory issues and so forth, lung issues and so forth, breathing issues and things like that. And I can say for certainty, I know in my family it does work. It does help improve respiratory. It does help aid the lungs, and it also helps you to breathe better and so forth. Even for long-term smokers and so forth, it helps them and so forth, because long-term smokers and so forth also have those breathing issues as well, and I know it does help them as well. So again, respiratory health is the number one reason why most people seek out mullein. And of course you can do mullein in a couple formulations, which is the herbal tea, which is what we use, and so far we have done, and you can also do the herbal capsules, and so far I recommend the herbal tea as well. And it's an antibiotics, antioxidant, it has, and it's anti-inflammatory and so forth. And again, with inflammation in the lungs, the digestive system and all that stuff, or that helps get rid of that and so far, so that again, if your lungs are inflamed, it helps with that, so that you can breathe better and all that. And it's also good for your immune support as well, your digestive health, and other potential aids for mullein is skin, certain skin diseases, or skin condition, I should say. I think I got some hair in my eye, excuse me. Skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis and so forth, and things like that. Now, we only use it for those couple reasons, mainly again for respiratory and lungs and things like that, because of the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. I'll get it right in a minute. And so far, but you can use it for other things as well, and so far. And I have not made any third formulation for the skin, but it states here in our research and so forth, it can be used for eczema and psoriasis and all that. So this is definitely a good herb to have around the house. Again, it is for long-term smokers as well, people who have issue with breathing for whatever reason and so far. And basically, even young people, 12 and older, can use it and so far, like for colds and so forth. When you're really stocked up with colds and things and so far, it helps get rid of that inflammation, that inflammatory and so forth, so that you can breathe better. So it is recommended, for the family, for the whole family and so far. And again, from experience and so far, it does work. Now, when I used mullein, it was for that same purpose. It's for like getting stuffed up with colds and stuff like that. Now, my husband and my daughter were smokers and so far, so they would use it, for their lung and for respiratory issues and that. I cannot remember what they actually call that they have and so far, but I do know it is good and it does aid and so far, and all that. And and I do have a lot of clients also that does repeatedly order mullein and so forth because they are aware and they know that mullein does help with the breathing and things like that. But again, with herbal medicine, as I always say, herbal medicine gives you so much. You can get or try out herbal medicine for one thing, one symptom, and then you get the health benefit of other, for other symptoms and so forth, for other health benefits, I should say, and all that. So that is the really good part about herbal medicine and so forth, because you are taking or using mullein for your breathing issue, but you also getting immune support, digestive support, and all these other benefits and so far by using mullein just for your breathing issues and so far. You get that, immune support, digestive support, also for asthma, for the skin. Now, also, too, I said before, when you have psoriasis or acne and so forth, things like that, it's inside, the inflammation or the situation is inside, and because it goes untreated, it comes to the surface, which is the reason why you have the marks or the symptoms on your hand, the skin issues and so forth, the roughness of psoriasis and asthma and so forth, and all that. So it does treat these issues from within as well. As I said, I don't know. We don't do any herbal salves for you to rub it onto the skin or anything like that. We have other salves and so forth for that particular issue. But if you have these things or things coming up and so forth, you can this herbal tea mullein will help. It will aid, it within, because everything starts actually within, and then it just comes to the surface and so forth, just like a cold and cough and all that stuff. It starts within and so forth, and then it comes to the surface where you're actually coughing and and all that stuff and everything. So that's the whole point. And just like skin diseases and things like that, it starts within and then it comes to the surface. Then you got sores on your hands and so forth. Now, if you get a cut, it's going to get infected from the surface because it's an open sore and so forth. But it's not a cut and you're not getting a bacteria infection on the skin on top. Then it's going to come in from the inside and so forth, and then come to the surface and all that. Hope you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, and again, by getting mullein for one symptom helps you with other symptoms and so forth. And this is the whole great purpose and so forth of herbal medicine health benefits, because it does help you in so many ways and things like that. It can aid in preventing these other things from coming up because you're using it for this one symptom. So it can aid you, your digestive system, to keep you from having issues and so far. So if you don't have issues, it could aid in preventing you from having issues. Your immune support, it helps that as well, and all that. So it is a great herb to have. And again, from 12, on up can actually take this recommended for this medicine and so forth. And for children, it's not for smoking or other things and so forth. It mainly is good for the colds and congestions and so forth that you want to give to them a little bit to help them to breathe, because it breaks down the film and all that stuff and so forth to help you breathe. Uh, yeah, so it's a good herb to have. And as I always said, before you do begin an herbal regimen, seek a herbalist or healthcare provider. and so forth, because most time you are already taking some kind of medicine from the doctor. Most people who have issues and so forth with breathing and all this, of course, you're going to go to the doctor and all that. You're going to seek that help and so forth. And of course, you're going to get medicine from the doctor if you're going. And some people may have gone, but not going to the doctor because, whatever they're giving to you, you still having issues and things like that. So, anytime you are taking traditional medicine and so forth, you definitely need to do your research or seek help, herbalist or healthcare provider, so that they can do the research to make sure that whatever they're taking does not interact badly with what you already taken from your doctor and things like that. So that is the good thing about doing the research and so forth, because you can look up those medicine and to see if there is any interaction and so forth that's going to make you sicker or do something to you, to your health and so forth, that you don't want. So it is a good herb to have and so forth. And as I've used it before, it's not a bad taste. Most herbal medicine does have an awful taste and so far, but they are good. And when you're sick, hurting, and all that stuff, you don't mind a bad taste and so forth to get well. And one other thing too that I want to address and so far, with herbal medicine and so forth, because sometimes I have to get into this and say this and so forth. Now, when you're taking herbal medicine and so forth, it is not instant. It does not get rid of instant and all this and that so forth. And most people that are taking herbal medicine is taking herbal medicine for a cure. They are trying to get well and so forth by using herbal medicine and so forth. It's not an instant fix or anything like that. You do have to take this medicine for a while in order to see any results and things like that. Now, when my clients come to me, especially the new ones, come to me, I always say a 10-day, a review, a 10-day review. A 10-day review means that you're going to contact me or I'm going to contact you, because I want to know what this medicine is doing. Is it helping you in any kind of way? Now, it could be, and you will know if it's helping you and so forth. Even if it's just helping you a little bit, you can tell and so far. So that's what I want to hear. Is this actually improving even a little bit and so far, doing something for you? And so if it is doing something for you and so forth, then you just continue taking it until you get well and whatever and so far. If it is not doing something for you or doing anything for you, then maybe you need to try something else. And this is the same way doctors do it as well. And so forth. When you go to the doctor, they give you a certain medicine based on your symptom, based on what they believe you have. They diagnose you. Herbal medicine, there is no you don't diagnose. We're not doctors. We're just herbalists and things like that. So whatever we do is a recommendation. It's not a diagnose or whatever. And the best thing we can do is help you do the research to make sure you are doing the right thing. Okay, but anyway, when you go to the doctor and so far, sometimes they do even misdiagnose you as well. But anyway, they will give you a medicine based on what they believe your from your symptoms and things like that. Okay, which is well and good, is what they're supposed to do. But sometimes those medicines don't work. Sometimes they're too strong. Sometimes you have to go back to your doctor to get something less or stronger and so forth, because the medicine that they first give you doesn't work. And sometimes they have to change your medicine altogether. Same thing about any herbal medicine so forth that you try. Sometimes it doesn't work for you, even though it will give you still some health benefits and so forth. But why you're actually using it in the first place and so forth may not be actually helping you and so forth. So then you need to try to find something else. and so forth by going back to a herbalist or healthcare provider and so forth, and to getting their, take on that and so forth to see, if there's something else and so forth. So, but the thing of it is, I always say this too, your health is your number one priority. So if you're taking traditional medicine or herbal medicine, make sure you pay attention to what it's doing for you and so forth. So when you have to go back to the doctor, you can, let them know. If you can't remember, write stuff down. If anything occurs, write it down so that you don't forget it. And don't forget to tell the person who you're going to seek to get help and all that stuff and everything. So, one quick thing, I'm going to go back over this really quick and everything, just to give you heads up. Again, this is a plant, a common plant and so far, but it's a very valuable and powerful plant to help you with respiratory issues and so forth, with your lungs and helping you to breathe. It also has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties in it as well, to help with inflammation and things like that. Also, joint pain, because when you have inflammation, you do have joint pain, so it helps with that as well. Immune support, digestive health support, and all that. And also, it does help because of the antioxidant and anti-inflammation properties and so forth. It helps with asthma and psoriasis as well. So those are the benefits that you're going to get when you use mullein, and mullein is good. And so forth. And I do recommend it and so far. Again, before you begin any herbal regimen, and so forth, seek a herbalist or healthcare provider to get all the information and do some research yourself and so forth to see if that is the right herb for you. And I'll be back next Thursday with another herb to discuss with you. Okay, bye.